My name is Ian Blackburn, and every once in a while I jump on Zoom, do a little update, and let you know what's going on. We have a dinner this week and also repeating the same dinner on June 20th. It's called the 100-point dinner. And we really put these crazy dinners together thinking that you might enjoy tasting some of the greatest wines ever made. And that's what these dinners are all about. We pick the very best restaurants in Los Angeles and gather a very cool crowd to talk, in detail about some of the great wines ever made. So let me just show you a little bit about this dinner because we've moved it to the Peninsula Beverly Hills. When you're an event planner, you're moving through life, the stuff that happens is, at venues and different places that kind of defined you. And when we are faced with a challenge at a venue, we had a venue planned and scheduled that just could not perform that night. So we worked it out that we would just move and we move up. We found a better spot and bring our customers an even better experience because we never want to disappoint people. We only want to be able to excite people about the changes in our events. So it's my mentality. Okay, if we can't do it there, what will be better? And the Peninsula is one of the best places in Los Angeles. We're very pleased to be returning there. It's been a few years, and they are getting back up to strength there after making a number of sacrifices during the pandemic. But the Peninsula is magnificent. The wine list is insane. I'm going to take you through it really quick. We start off the dinner with a white wine course, tasting some of the greatest white wines in the world. Chateau Gruyere is a Viognier from the Northern Rhone, really rare, and owned by Arnaud and the LVMH group. This is a really amazing wine. I wanted not to like it as much as I do, um, but wow, it is something to behold, and I can't wait to share it with you. Domaine Chevalier is one of the top producers of white Bordeaux. I think this wine got 99 points. It is a spectacular Semillon Sauvignon Blanc blend with some time in wood. Really will excite you. Grosset Polish Hill is absolutely the benchmark standard for dry Riesling on the planet, especially Australian Riesling. But this is a great wine, and in fact, it's funny that three wines in this tasting, 100-point tasting, are Australian, and there really are so many great Australian wines. We live in a wine producing country, so Australian wines kind of fit in that way. They are either the all-time greatest benchmarks or they're coming in with value. Grosset at about $80 a bottle is really a special wine. Lewin Estate Artist Series. I recently interviewed the winemaker. He loves the 2020. It is a huge scoring absolute benchmark Chardonnay. So benchmark Chardonnay, Riesling, Sauvignon, and Rhone. That's how we're starting this dinner. And the first course will optimize that as well. The rest of the wines are served blind. And the reason we do that is we don't want you to say, I'm supposed to like this the best. I want you to taste and without any inputs, just know that you're going to know what the 21 wines are that we're tasting. We're just not going to tell you what order they're in, allowing you to really kind of taste the wine for what it is. So note that the order I'm going to talk about these in is probably not the order that they're going to be served. But here's another Australian wine at the top of the charts, Penfolds Grange, 100-point wine. We'll go to Chile for La Parcel 8. These are old vines. Vievine means old vines. The Adriana Vineyard. This is Katana Zapata, top benchmark producer and one of their benchmark wines, a Malbec that will compete with the greatest wines in the world and almost 100-point score. The Bodega Chacra, also from Argentina. This is vine material from 1932, made by Pier Inciso del Roqueta and Jean-Marc Rouleau from Meursault. They are breaking records and setting up a worldwide phenomena at Chakra. Petrus almost needs no introduction. We're going to taste the 2012, which at 12 years old is drinking magnificent. This is a pure play on Merlot. It is Petrus, and I can't tell you, that's over $4,000 a bottle. Hermitage. Excuse me while I go back. This is Jean-Louis Chave. And there are many different producers in the Northern Rhone, but none of them are more important than understanding the importance of Jean-Louis Chave. These are magnificent vineyard holdings in a great house that is dedicated to iconic Rhone reds. Go to Italy, got a couple benchmarks here. Barbaresco from Gaia. This is the Costa Russi. This is a $500 bottle of Barbaresco. Can you find it in the flight? And it's got some age on it. I think it were 2015, and it's close to 100 points. The idea of perfect wine is what this dinner is about. The House of Castellón del Bosco will give us their Reserva 2016, close to a perfect wine. Sassicaia, every year. This is like, you can guarantee this wine is going to compete for the best in the vintage. This wine is gorgeous from day one. Yeah, sure, it ages and gets really interesting too. But man, the detail here is so, you taste it, you smell it, you smell quality, and it's going to be a standout. Spain is well represented. Priorat, Ribera del Duero, Rioja. These are magnificent, elevated $200, $400 wines included in the night. From our New World, we got Washington in the house with 100-point Kilsita Creek. This is a benchmark producer from Washington. Aubert, maker of so many great wines. Marc Aubert, just absolutely the superset of the very best of the best. Used to be the winemaker at Colgan. This is his CIX 2017, close to a perfect wine, magnificent. Dominus. Okay, Dominus, man, you really need to let Dominus age. So we're gonna drink in 1994. I will say that, and this is my big speech of the night, that 1994 was the vintage that flipped a switch. We had a couple of significant dates in the history of California winemaking. Of course, Chateau Montelena and Stag's Leap. Warren Warnowski back in the 1970s won the competition in Paris, yada yada. Very important date in the history of California wine. The next important date was the 94 vintage, because this is like when the horses came out of the gates. There were so many great 94s and none greater than the Dominus 94. This wine really is a titan of age. You're going to see how youthful this wine is at 30 years of age. We're drinking a great $1,000 bottle of Cinquenan, Rhone Titan in California, Manfred Krenkel. I'll talk all about it. This wine will be extravagant. Also, not to be discounted, the Estate Cuvée, almost 100 points from L'Aventure, arguably Paso Robles' top producer. A Bordeaux-inspired blend, but actually more of a Paso inspired blend. Follows the rules of no one but himself and the Paso style. It will be extravagant at the table. Our Chef Rolf, I'm going to mispronounce this, but Schlegel. Yeah, let's do Schlegel. I'm going to meet him for the first time at our dinner, but he is working now on the menu. We know the proteins. He's building a menu around that, farm to table, Michelin starred, and we're going to have a great private room at the beautiful Peninsula in Beverly Hills. It is a absolutely awesome spot. Every wine will have its own glass. Every wine will be numbered. Every wine will be blind. This is a lot of work for us. We want you to get involved. It's a great price value when you think about it. All these great wines, and we pull together great audiences. We get to become friends, and a lot of people hang out afterwards. We love doing these dinners, and we hope that you will come and join us. If not this one of the others. You can count on us doing something really special. It's not just dinner. It's a special event. It's a something to look forward to. It's something to, maybe put like a special star next to in your memories of the year or potentially once in a lifetime. I have people that come and say that these are like bucket list type of things to be able to taste some of these wines. I don't get to do it every day, but I'll tell you the one of the reasons I'm inspired to do it is because I love to do this with people. It helps keep me sharp. It helps me have more appreciation of great wine because when you're tasting it right next to each other and you don't know which one is in the glass, and I'm blinded too. Uh, really pick up some appreciation for, wow, I forget how great Barolo or Barbaresco is, or the great Tempranillo wines, how they stack up next to a Bordeaux or a Super Tuscan. And it's just a really great perspective. Perspective is something that you're not born with, but you are maybe given the hunger for it. And that's something I strive to have, being able to talk about these wines. Some of them have become so expensive because the demand for those wines outstrips supply. But are they 100 times better than the $200, a neighbor? Those that takes perspective. That takes a little understanding of the wine world. Wine doesn't come with instructions, but giving some moments like this will really advance your wine knowledge, your wine outlook. And I hope you'll join us. LearnAboutWine.com.